JBNN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, workers told of alleged cattle theft during purchase as seller fled, says Joseph Patties. Fast food company Joseph Patties Jamaica says its employees were in the middle of a cattle purchase on Friday in St. Anne when they were told that the cows were allegedly stolen. The workers, who have now been charged with pre-deal larceny, were intercepted with two company vehicles during a police operation in Alexandria. Joseph Patties says it had placed a public advertisement inviting farmers wishing to sell cattle to get in touch with an abattoir manager, according to a statement issued late Friday. The company says a seller responded, and arrangements were made for the animals to be inspected and transported to a scale with a view to purchase them. The Joseph Patties Jamaica drivers went to the location and began to load the cattle. When the residents in the area alerted the drivers that the cattle were allegedly stolen, the seller fled the scene, the company said. Joseph Patties says the drivers had been employed to the company for several years and no such incident had ever occurred. The owners expressed their gratitude for the swift arrival of the police, who intervened to separate the drivers from an angry group that had gathered, the company said, noting that its lawyers are dealing with the matter. The police have since charged 4 men over the theft of 6 cows. 3 are from Clarendon. 36-year-old driver Anthony Turner of Limold District in Rock River, 53-year-old butcher Alvaro Black of Bell Pond in Osborne Store, and 73-year-old farm contractor Donald Gooden of Comfort in Toll Gate. 23-year-old truck driver Romaine McLean of Harmons in Manchester was also charged. The police said the men were taken into custody after they failed to properly account for their livestock. They say the operation was set up following reports from farmers about their cows being stolen. Affected farmers were able to identify their animals. 25-year-old man shot dead at bar in Westmoreland. The bloodletting continues in Westmoreland, with the latest victim being a man who was shot and killed at a bar in New Hope, Little London, on Friday night. The deceased has been identified as 25-year-old Shamar Hamilton, otherwise called Sasa, from Gully Lane, Waterworks District in the parish. The police's corporate communications unit confirmed the incident on Saturday morning. Police reports are that Hamilton was among a group of patrons at Travelers Paradise Bar when 2 men on a motorcycle stopped at the bar. A tussle then ensued between Hamilton and the 2 men, during which patrons were seen running out of the bar. Several loud explosions were then heard, and Hamilton was found in the front of the bar lying on his back in a pool of blood. He appeared to be suffering from gunshot wounds and lacerations to his head and upper body. Hamilton was taken to hospital, where he was pronounced dead on arrival. Herbert Morrison Tech security guard stabbed in fight with woman over dress code. A security guard at Herbert Morrison Technical High School in St. James was reportedly stabbed in his left shoulder on Friday during a fight with a woman over an alleged dress code violation. Principal Paul Adams said the woman sought to enter the school's compound to watch a football match when she was barred. He said the woman was not appropriately attired. The school rule is that you can't wear B-Rider Company plant when students are there, Adams said, noting that for the woman, too short is a kind of way of describing her attire. The incident happened around 3 p.m. 2 women, including the one with the alleged violation, breached the security guard and then attacked him with a pair of scissors, the principal alleged. Adams said the police were called in, but by the time they arrived, the woman had left the school. He said the guard was treated by a local medical doctor and sent home. Parts of the incident were captured on video nor circulating on social media. It appears students were among the witnesses. Residents resort to roadblocks to stop drive-by attacks. Tit-for-tat murders and shootings between warring factions in the Angola and Top Jungle sections of Arnett Gardens, St. Andrew this week have left some residents fearful and resorting to mounting blockages along the roadways to prevent more drive-by attacks. In the first fatal shooting on Tuesday, shortly after noon in the Top Jungle area, gunmen traveling in a motor car chased and shot 23-year-old Tyrese Grant. He died in hospital, while another man remains hospitalized in critical condition. His mother, Delva Gordon, said she saw a masked man chasing someone, but did not realize that it was her son who was attempting to flee. He was just passing go buy his juice and cigarette and coming back. The car just come and man start shoot. Me I come to the gate and see the man with a gun and a hoodie over him face. If I do come to the gate, I wouldn't get shot too, Gordon said. In what investigators believe was a reprisal on Wednesday, gunmen struck in Paradise Court in Arnett Gardens, killing Timothy Shedden. Reports said that Shedden was sitting at the front of the community when men on motorbikes pulled up and opened fire at him. He was shot multiple times and rushed to hospital, where his death was confirmed. Roland Grant, father of Tyrese, said that the police visited his home on Friday and verbally abused him and residents who were planning a 3-day candlelight vigil for his son. The man used a gun for push me going to the house, and me say, my son just said Tuesday until that Friday I can't kill me. Me not going further from my house to my car. If my son follow me, he would be alive today. Him run past him like a bullet. Down the end of the road him go drop, Grant said. Tyrese's mother said that her son suffered from a mental illness for which he was being treated. In fact, she said he had just taken his medication before he was killed. She is fearful that more lives could be under threat. The people them afraid to block the road because them feel man a come in a car, Gordon said. Residents say they want the lawmen to increase their presence in the area. But also they ask the police them for dip on we side. We can't stay with yard and let a candle. We don't want the gathering either because we don't know what go on, a resident said. The family said the police told them that no gathering will be allowed. On Friday, cops were seen patrolling the area, at times driving on the sidewalks to maneuver the roadblocks in Top Jungle. Some residents turned around when they came upon the blockades, seemingly disgruntled by the inconvenience. A senior officer, whose name is being withheld as that officer was not authorized to speak on the matter, said that police intelligence suggests that warring factions are behind the recent killings. The police know some of these players and are aware they bring in persons from other areas to do their dirty work. The police have increased their presence in this space to ease the fears and concerns of law-abiding residents, the cops said. The police are urging residents to desist from blocking the roadway. Police worried criminals targeting relatives of witnesses and rivals. The police high command has again expressed concern that hoodlums have been targeting family members of witnesses and their rivals. Speaking to the media in Westmoreland on Thursday, Police Commissioner Major General Anthony Anderson argued that the police have been able to protect individuals placed under the Witness Protection Program. He touted the police's good track record, revealing that no one who has gone into the program has been killed. However, he admitted that it is difficult to protect members of their extended family, as many of the witnesses and the accused are known to each other. The people who are killing each other may be even related. They grew up together. They went to the same schools quite often. Sometimes they're in the same gang and a part of it split off. This is what makes it even more challenging because they know where to find each other. He admitted that while the police have a strong presence in criminal hotspots, criminals have begun to look for opportunities outside of there, and so you see killings in non-traditional spaces. The commissioner was responding to claims that thugs have been targeting potential witnesses in the Grangeville community in Westmoreland. The police commissioner has called for religious leaders in Westmoreland to work with community members in helping to resolve crime, particularly domestic disputes, and prevent them from escalating to murders. General Anderson made the call Thursday at a stakeholders meeting to discuss solutions to the issues of violence, crime, and murders in the parish. He noted that during the last week of August, the parish recorded an uptick in murders. But the commissioner said religious leaders can help, especially with interpersonal or domestic disputes. Where other crimes are concerned, he noted that the youngsters involved are sometimes known to the community, so church leaders could also assist us in getting them into custody. In addition, he pleaded for intervention to divert those who appear to be on their way to a life of crime, as he simultaneously requested support for police initiatives. Murders up 7.4%. Murders in Jamaica have increased by 7.4% so far this year. That's according to information from the latest Jamaica Constabulary Force Periodic Crime Statistics Review, which covers the period January 1 to September 7. It shows that there have been 73 more murders for the period, with 1,055 recorded this year, compared to 982 for the same period in 2021. The St. James Police Division leads the murder count with 145 cases, a 33% increase compared to the 109 homicides reported in the division up to September 7 last year. Westmoreland with 103 homicides, St. Catherine North 101, St. Andrew South 100, and St. Catherine South 87 round out the top 5 murderous police divisions of the 19 across the island. Trelawney has the highest percentage increase in murders nationally, with a 145.5% rise. This is just ahead of St. Mary, where homicides have shot up by 138.5%. Numerically, there were 27 murders committed in Trelawney up to September 7, compared with 11 for the corresponding period in 2021. In St. Mary, 13 murders were recorded last year as opposed to 31 this year. Portland is the parish with the least murders this year. A total of 9 killings were recorded in contrast to the 14 reported last year. Meanwhile, the JCF Serious Crimes report showed that there was a 5.7% decrease in the number of shooting incidents as of Wednesday. There were 813 cases of shootings so far this year, compared to 862 for the same period last year. Likewise, declines have been recorded in cases of rape, with 278 reported up to September 7 this year, compared to 328 in the corresponding period last year, representing an overall reduction of 50 cases, or 15.2%. The JCF reported a 16.1% increase in robberies, 620 this year, compared to 534 in 2021, while the number of break-ins committed island-wide up to Wednesday increased by 41 cases, or 6.4%. Some 680 break-in incidents were reported so far this year, when compared to 639 recorded last year, the JCF said. The total number of serious and violent crimes committed so far this year has increased by 3%. A total of 3,446 serious and violent crimes were reported up to September 7, when compared to 3,345 incidents reported for the corresponding period in 2021. 73 new COVID cases, 6 deaths. The Ministry of Health and Wellness is reporting that 73 new COVID-19 cases and 6 deaths were recorded over a 24-hour period up to Friday afternoon. The overall coronavirus death toll in Jamaica stands at 3,283. There were 87 recoveries on the day, bringing that tally to 97,429. The newly confirmed COVID-19 cases brought the total number on record for the island to 150,663. Notably, the island recorded a 14.2% positivity rate based on the 528 samples that were tested on Friday. There are 913 active cases now under observation in Jamaica. The Ministry of Health and Wellness also reported that there are currently 96 patients being treated at hospital. 2 of the patients are severely ill and 2 in critical condition. In sports news, Jamaica Tallows beat Trinbago Knight Riders by 34 runs. Led by a half-century from captain Rovman Powell, the Jamaica Tallows beat Trinbago Knight Riders by 34 runs in the 12th match of the Caribbean Premier League T20 cricket competition at the Darren Sammy National Cricket Stadium in St. Lucia on Saturday. Sent into bat, the Tallows recovered from the loss of 2 early wickets to post 153 for 7 of their allotted 20 overs, with Rovman hammering 67 runs laced with 10 boundaries. The Knight Riders, chasing a victory target of 154, were restricted to 119 for 8, their second straight defeat. In football, the opening match in the 2022 the Costa Cup football competition between defending champions Gravimacia High and Kempsale High ends 2-2 at Sabina Park in Kingston. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.